Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy of a Team England virtual Grand Tour game. Let's see if I'm in a better mood for this one. This time we have representing Team England Misspelled Tree and Woodies, and representing Team Geordie we have Wacky Willow and Dwarves. An interesting matchup just because of meta discussions about team choices for the Euro Bowl. I personally think Dwarves are a should pick and Woodies are a should not pick. If I had to guess what's going to happen here, the Woodies can't turn the Dwarves over and will run around the Dwarves to score an equalizer. There will be no one turn because there won't be enough players or enough rerolls left after a dwarf drive. It seems pretty standard. The Woodies losing state is to simply take too much damage, and the Dwarves losing state is to not protect the ball adequately with their 4 guard. This is definitely someone who's gonna hit a tree. Okay, well, oh, good lord. I didn't even get, come on, please, for the love of God, world, make it stop. Oh, I didn't even get to press pause and give my usual speech. Oh, dear God. Okay, right. Again, there's nothing I can do here. There's no, like, Wacky Willow is just a random person. But, like, no decent person, no decent coach would ever set up like this. It's crazy. Why is this person in the middle of the pitch and not backing up this? Why is the second runner not backing up here? So we have, like, a full anti-blitz screen, and this runner's just in the middle of the pitch, probably one back against Woodies, to get the ball. There's no reason for this to be such a nothing defense. Just no reason at all. Other than, you know, people just don't play enough Blood Bowl and don't know that they shouldn't set up like this. So here we go again. This time another blitz for Team England. So far, by the way, I don't remember a blitz against Team England. I've seen like 4-4. That's annoying to say. I've seen one more than 3 for Team England. Only 4 people, though. I'll be honest with you. I think if you want to go in for the win here, you probably should have based some dwarves there. Like, I think you should have based this dwarf and this dwarf with these players. I don't know if this was a rush, or maybe not. If it was a rush, then this one should have been based. It does end up with you taking extra hits, but it also means that they can't form a cage when they get the ball back. Against a better player, I would do that. Against someone who set up like this, I probably wouldn't. Because that's the one we tackle, right? That's the one we tackle. This one has less chance to knock him down. And it's actually the one that you tackle. If you'd have based the ball correctly, based the player correctly, because you assessed that this was something you wanted to do. Again, I might not have done it because someone set up that badly. I could probably take the ball back off him anyway, but I doubt that's Tree's thinking. You base the one with tackle, and wouldn't have been sacked, by the way. With those dice, ball would have been in hand in game 1 immediately. Hello, Kant. So I was doing this. I didn't want to answer in the middle of my intro, but I can pause for a second. When playing an agility team, when you blitz, do you focus on non-blockless players or that tackle mighty blow one? Normally, I would hit the soft targets. If they expose their only Mighty Blow tackle, I would absolutely take 2 dice at it. Because it's game-changing. But if it's just a choice between regular and blockless, soft targets, any stun or removal massively favors the agility team. Because they're also going to take damage, right? So trying to keep the sides as equal in numbers as possible favors the fast mobile team. So this is now basically just a completely normal drive, isn't it? There was the blitz is completely and utterly wasted. Then double red dice powers the tree because it's a dwarf. Oh, that's a weird place to put. And that guy. I don't. Let's see whether. Hang on. Let's see whether. Turn order in. Let's see what the rest of these players are going to do. And also, you couldn't like, you know, spend one of them to help stand the tree up there. Oh, wait. I keep doing it. They don't have timber, do they? Wood elf trees. I'm so used to... I don't play wood elves. I'm so used to now the halfling trees having timber. Wood elf trees don't have it, do they? It's the one that doesn't have it. Someone remind me, because, like, it's not on here, right? Hang on, I can do this. I'm going to need to write a note or something. I keep forgetting that wood elf trees don't have timber because I just don't play woodies. But let's just see where these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players go. Let's see if it was very important that this block was taken first. Apparently, it just wasn't important at all that the block was taken first. So, there we go. The usual level of Team England turn order. Why on earth? Why in God's green earth do we have 3 Mighty Blow when we're blitzing with a regular Slayer? Good Lord. Yeah, that's why I keep forgetting, because the other trees in teams that I do play have it, and I keep forgetting this is the tree that doesn't. Which is very weird. I don't know why they didn't give it to the woody tree. They nerfed woodies a bit. They could have given the tree timber. And, oh god, he's not even pushing him into the guard. Okay. I mean, this is going to be a long game, isn't it? This guy's just getting hit for no reason with his armor 8. If he'd blitzed with Mighty Blow, he would actually have, like, knocked something down. Because he had block on one of these two with Mighty Blow, which is where he should have blitzed. If you're going to double base, push him onto the guard. Oh, no. This is going to be a long, long hour. Okay, at least he got his team together. Dwarves operate well in a blodge. A blodge. Probably shouldn't call it that. In a blob. Let's call it a blob. I mean, they don't do it with all of their guards at the back and having one able to just be lone wildebeested off. The guard should obviously be protected. I hate Blood Bowl. I just genuinely hate it. Why in the blue hell would you have pushed that guard there instead of to the left and left him tagged on the catcher? And he and he gets removed. You get an opportunity to remove a dwarf from the defensive blob, and you just don't take it. And then the game does it for you anyway. And you can't remove with Mighty Blow on armor 7. Alright, so we're a guard down. We only need diagonal corners on the ball here. Or something close enough. There's guard on all the squares around him. That's all that matters. Please. All that matters is the guards protect any leap square. I like looking at it from above when it's in these positions. It's much easier to see. I don't like people who play from like down here. So if the Woodies want to do this, do this. Just jam in. Literally just jam in. Blitz this catcher and jam in these squares with the guards. Tree stunned itself, so the tree is basically useless now. Nothing wrong with going for the rush. I think that's a perfectly fine thing to do. There goes a catcher. Obviously bad turn. Oh, it doesn't jam in. I was going to say obviously bad turn ordering from the dwarves, but again, we don't care about that. It's just a random person. You standing next to the stun tree is pretty funny. Guard should have gone in there, obviously. Space to claim here now for the dwarves. There's an extra player off the pitch for the elves. Oh, went for the cheeky oneer, which is a Kaz. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Well, this could also work if you're the Woodies, right? Just casually dice people. Doesn't... I mean, even with this dicing, the dwarves are finding their way forward. The Woodies, you know, are just there. Couple of rushes. Yeah, absolutely terrible to not given one of the Slayers Mighty Blow. You brought 2 Slayers. You didn't give either of them Mighty Blow. You give it to a Blitzer instead. The worst possible person to give it to. Just terrible team choice. Not, again, doesn't matter, right? They're not going to Euroball. They can pick a worse team as they want. Not much practice for Tree, because nobody's going to have this team at Euroball. But... we were chaining out. We were looking for a push. I was wondering what was going on there. We were just looking for a push to chain twice down to here so you could sack the ball. Yeah, I didn't. I was too busy talking about the team and I didn't get to see the turn. And I saw a reroll, so I thought there must be a reason. No one's that daft, even on Team England. And it is. They're looking for the chain push because the dwarves have just left, you know, that on by filling all the squares. Again, nobody will do this if you... Oh my god, this is insane. What a ridiculous, pointless dicing. Another Team England dicing. I haven't seen a single game where Team England have been diced, by the way. In like 35 games I've done now. And like half a dozen dicings. So weird. If they get this luck at Euroball, it doesn't matter if they can't set up. They'll win anyway. Absolute insanity. Off we go again with another Slayer blitz. Have Slayer, must blitz with Slayer. Adds 2 rerolls, so these are just 1 in 36s. Hello, Max. So, there's going to be a problem here. Okay, he's fixed the problem. So we're going to do another double chain out because he's done the same thing. Blitz here, into there to there, and then another one pushes out so that the thrower can sack the ball. Didn't learn from last time because not a higher level player is just going to keep leaving the same things on. Gets a 1 dice pow as well. Casual 1D pow. But doesn't get the sack. I think they've already exceeded their quota of punishment. We're just dodging the ball off then by the look of it, which I don't hate. So this Team England Grand Tour is just against teams of just tabletoppers from around Britain, for now at least. We've been hinted at that later rounds are against more experienced players, but most of these are just against random tabletoppers, like completely out of their depth as far as this is concerned. I kind of assume that if I go to a tabletop tournament, this is kind of who I'll play on day one, which makes me not want to go to tabletop tournaments. Went in, got the 1D, didn't get the 1D, did get the 1D, Jesus Christ. Okay. We get the 5+5+. Not a good scatter, though. Oh, God, did get a stun, though. Oh, no, wait, that's that. Okay, I thought the runner was stunned, but it's not. Full power on the dancer. Can we actually hurt something? Nope. Can we fuck? So it's a 1 in 9, 1 in 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 plus. So far, so good. 1 in 36. 1 in 6. Gets in. That was a 1 in 9 at the end. And there we go. Weirdly, could have all been avoided if you just tagged the tackle player on the blitz at the start. You'd have won already by now, Tree. The Dwarves didn't even get their KO back. So they got to try and stop a one turn, but Tree used all her rerolls to do that. So, and this doesn't do anything as far as stopping a one. Not only does this not do anything as far as stopping a one turn is concerned, their only mighty blow is also on the LOS. Oh my god, there's a quick snap involved. Okay, hang on, let's go back and look at what we were doing here. That's not a grab tree. So were we frenzy hitting backwards? That seems like so many. I guess is that the best? I don't know if that's the best. Is that the best? You got to tag that, and you got to put an assist in. Oh no, wait, you could block. No, you can't. I think you should have been 1 over. If we're going around with the frenzy to hit, look, frenzy in that way, isn't that a 1 dice? Unless you waste 2 players, because you have to tag that and put an assist in. So is there a different one that I'm missing? I don't think so. Like, Tree has put the hole there, so I think that's what she's going for. Just blitzing into there and then utilizing the tree to push forward. And push forward. How are we... What are these doing? Okay, I mean, I guess we won't know because of the quick snap. I'm really annoyed that, like, a lot of these one turns that I don't quite see what they're going for are being ruined by kickoff events. But let's see what happens with the quick snap then. Okay, so now Tree gets to... This is actually the setup that I was talking about you should have used. If you're going to use this one, this is the setup you should have used. Because you only need 1 assist to go 2 into 2 to get into the hole. Going that way to get into the hole doesn't make any sense, right? Anyway, doesn't matter. I guess we get the quick snap, so we get to see the one that you would normally... Wait a minute, but the catcher's this side now. Wait, the catcher's now there. There's no catcher here. The catcher went there. Are we just blocking now? You only need 2 pushes, right? Okay. So if you block this one to there and take the push and fill this square, that's a push to get you to there, and then one of these 2 can push to get the other one. So we're just doing a normal one. We're not using the frenzy now. And then we get double pows. I'm not certain if you could have built in redundancy here. You might have been able to build in redundancy, but without the 11th man, I'm not certain. What could you have done to build in redundancy to eat a pow? It would require filling in squares, right? So you can eat a pow on the first one. But it doesn't really matter. With no rerolls, building in redundancy doesn't usually change it much because you're wasting players to fill in rolls, so you can take a pow to push like another guy into that square is what I mean. So if you filled these and like blitz from the back, chained into there, like chained him into a hole. We need to come up with a name for that, where you chain a different person into the hole than the one that you hit. I'll think on it. But it didn't matter because it was a very low odds one turn. I'm still annoyed I didn't get to see the first one, though, because I like trying to see what people are doing, and Tree is known for ballsing up one turns, sadly. So I was hoping to be surprised, but I never got to see it. So I have no idea what was actually happening there. No, we're not calling it finger cuffs. We can watch from the Team England side for this. It does not fit. It's not one from each side. So what I mean is, like, if someone's standing in a line, right? You could put the whole, and like say that this is the end dwarf. Say there's 3 standing in a line here. You put the hole here where it is now. You blitz this dwarf. And because you're not using this dwarf, you can eat the POW because you're chaining into this dwarf and pushing him into the hole. So you can eat a POW on one of the pushes. You don't need pushes, so it changes it to a 1 in 9 from a 55%. So it gives you that extra bonus at the start. This looks like Tree might go for the win, which, I mean, but I'll be honest with you, 2 Kaz and a double failed KO when you only taken 1 removal and you sack the ball twice. Like, I don't hate going for the win at all. Confused why the thrower doesn't have the ball, though. I guess that's a little source of confusion. If we're going for the win, why doesn't the thrower have the ball? Why? Is Wacky Willow on like a bet or something? Like it has to take every blitz with a Slayer? Excuse me, I have to take this call. Sorry about that. My mother was on her way back from holiday, so I just had to take the call in case there was anything wrong. Because we had storms and roads are closed and stuff in Wales. Is that not a sack on the ball? If that tree rolls a 1 in 27. Like, have I just walked back into Team England once again, not caring about failure states? Like, that's a sack on the ball, isn't it? That tree goes down. You block him, and then you just come through here. And sack the ball. Well, there we go. The tree didn't roll a 1 in 27, so everything perfectly fine. Kansas City Shuffle. Yes, it's one of the biggest things that differentiates different skill levels of player. Turn ordering is based on failure state, right? The reason that you do correct turn ordering is because failure states exist. The reason that you do correct setups is because failure state exists. The failure state of a kickoff event is getting blitzed on. It's the biggest single change any Blood Bowl player can make, and so many players who get decent at, like, you know, the right squares to put people in, and, you know, things like you just saw Tree do earlier, like seeing the chain push plays. They get decent at that, and they're still shit at the really basic stuff, and it limits their what they can do, right? It limits their skill level. I don't know what it is. It's to me, it was like the easiest thing to learn. I don't really it doesn't require any skill, right? Just requires like a change in thinking. The other stuff requires skill. It's much harder to teach someone like the strategies of a drive, when to push, when to hold, like when to go in, when to stand off, all of those like strategy moments. It's much harder to teach people that than it is to teach them how to set up, how to turn order, and how to care about failure states. And yet that's the thing that most people are terrible at, including apparently just national level players. Goddamn awful. This looks really like Tree is actively playing for the draw, which seems mad. Oh, God. I didn't bother counting that out because I just assumed nobody would be rolling dice in this situation with the ball carrier. And that's exactly what I mean, right? 1 in 36 are a problem for other people. Awful, isn't it? Just absolutely terrible to do a 1 in 36 with the ball carrier there completely unnecessarily. Unforced errors. It's almost always agility coaches as well. They're the worst for it. You're playing 9 dwarves. You obviously shouldn't need to roll any dice with the ball carrier. 9 dwarves by someone who's not great either. Like, it's just 9 bad dwarves. Are we scoring this turn? Okay. Made a pig's ear of it, but okay. We are going for the win, at least. Did the KO fail again? Jesus goddamn Christ. Triple failed KO for the dwarves. Oh, dwarf man, you got blitzed on. Oh. Doesn't matter, I guess. Nothing matters. His only mighty blow is stuck on a tree. And it almost looks like mighty blow is good. So let's just leave it stuck on a tree. Couldn't possibly have been this guy out here to take the block. Had to be the one that's not leaving the tree. Why is the Slayer here? Okay. That's not a screen, is it? Because the one part of the screen's on a tree. 1 in 9 to pick up and caught it on a blocker instead. At least the removal makes it 9v9, but you got 2 dwarves stuck on a tree. So, you know, not really 9v9. Yeah, the dwarves are not winning this. All they've got to do is not get turned over. That's it. Four dice. Complete and abject failure. He just gave it back to the runner. Credit Jeff. Oh, there we go. Only 1 dwarf stuck on a tree now. We're going to do the leap sack? No, we're not. Okay. Because the guards are on one side. Could have gone for the leap sack. Not really necessary in this situation. But could have done it. Alright, what can you do if you're the dwarves here? I mean, for some reason, Tree didn't double tag the ball, so this is just, you just clear. And come back over here, maybe? Actually, I guess you clear and go this way, right? Because you've got a Slayer to make up for the fact that you're missing a guy. So the Slayer can come down. Blitz here. Or just blitz here. After standing up and use these two as the back of a cage. And just have the ball, have these two on a strength 2. That might work. Shit one no matter what you do. Tree also allowed this dwarf to dodge out by bad placement of these players as well. Or you could just roll a dub skulls immediately. That would not help without even standing up the Slayer. We are going to do what I said and use the Slayer as a cage. These are going to be in the wrong corners again. If we follow you, you can block 1 dice off the tree. And 1 dice power him with Mighty Blow. Nice. Actually did something right. And killed the dancer. So the last turn from tree was bad, wasn't it? As I said, but wrong places. Taking blocks over here. Could have just traded out over here. Had one on the tree, two over there, and then surrounded the cage to make it impossible to do what he's done with the cage here. Everyone should have been tagged off, so there's no way to protect the ball. Instead, we fought some dwarves. Now you probably don't have enough elves to do anything here other than the sack from over here. Makes the sack. Doesn't get the one dice. Does get the one dice. Where's the scatter gonna go? The scatter goes nowhere the tree can pick up. So it's going to come down to the last turn with no rerolls for tree. Okay. It's almost like blocking people with Mighty Blow the entire game would have been better than hitting people with the Slayer every turn. Reroll. Rerolls into pushes. Ugh. Disgusterous. But then full powers with the Slayer. Never mind. You should always hit people with Slayers. And only with Slayers. And now it's just going to be down to a rerollless one dice scatter and pickup. Gets the POW, so it's all down to the scatter. And never mind. And you don't win against that. Just for good measure. So there we go, an absolute mess of a game, as seemingly is normal for this. Not certain what you can take from that. Hopefully there was some insights in there that made this less of a waste of time. I will see you in the next one. I'm trying my best to not just point out how fucking meaningless this all is. I wish I hadn't fucking noticed it. No, none of them are good games. I'm hoping I have some hopes for the next one, but it's on Fumble, so less people will care. Apparently, Cornish is decent. Hello, RD. You watch Beard versus Food now? He is a very nice man, yeah. So we got a little bit of time to kill. Do you know what? As I said, we got a little bit of time to kill. Let's go look at the turn I was talking about a bit more. So there was a key turn, in my opinion. I think it was this one. So I think it was this turn that was the key turn. So I think that's a follow, and you stay based. Can't move. This one's on a tree, can't move. This one's there, can't move. Tag this one with someone, can't move. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe come out. And then attack the cage and tag the cage. Right, I think you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players against 5 players. You need to like tag up. The catcher can tag the blockless runner at the back. The blodger can tag the tackleless slayer. The other blodger can tag the tackleless blitzer. Or jam in there because you're going to do the blitz. So I guess one of these can do this. Someone goes there. This one can tag the runner. You blitz this guy. Base the ball. Stick the other blodger in there. Tag this guy off. And then run him round and tag the guard at the back. Like, it feels like that's just stronger, right? Like, everyone's tagged up. None of these can come and help. How are you reassembling the cage after that? It just doesn't seem possible. You'd have to roll up like all 1D POWs or whatever. Like, I reckon I can pull that up on Blood Bowl Pusher and see what I'm talking about. This. Max. So we got the tree basically there. And we got a dwarf on it. We had a slayer that just got hit there. And for me, a lino should have followed and been there after hitting it. We got a dwarf here and a dwarf here. We got a catcher base in this one. And at the moment, we got a dancer base in this one. We got a thrower here. A lino here. The other dancer is here. And we got another catcher here. And we've got a lino here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the 9 woodies. And then for the cage, we've got a runner, a blitzer, and I think so. That's how the turn started. Actually, this is how the turn started. This is how the turn started for the woodies. So tree took this block, and I would have followed, right? Tag this off. Great trade, not a problem. Then you put the catcher here, and you take the blitz with the wrestler. I can't remember whether she got a power or not. I think she did. She did. Right. So that now is a POW, and therefore prone. Oh, wrong way around. My bad. That is there and prone. And that is now based in the ball. So one dancer comes there to base the runner. You do a 2+ to go there to double base the ball. You replace with him. And then he does a 2+ to go there. That's 2 2+s. And that's the position. If you're the dwarves at the start of your next turn, how in the living fuck do you get out of that? With the ball safe. Just seems impossible. Like as a starting position for dwarves, this seems like an auto loss. And as far as tree is concerned, right, this is it's free rolling, isn't it? The dwarves are not going to score here. They're on the wrong end of the pitch. They've got no Edge 3 players up here. These are all Longbeards and a Slayer. Like, it's free rolling. So you just go in and force dice. None of these have tackle, so the dancer's unlikely to be knocked down. This is a 1 dice. This is a 1 dice. That's a 2 dice that could give you something. So a 2 dice blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe to make this a 2 dice. But you still have to clear the ball somehow or dodge, and you're still not likely to end in a cage. So yeah, I don't know why tree stood off. Like the difference between what I just posted and what actually ends up happening is mad. I mean, not even tagging the Slayer's pretty awful. Like, instead, we're taking blocks. Why the hell are we blocking dwarves? And this is way easier to get out of. As we saw, like, it literally was obvious, right? This is a cage corner waiting to come down and reassemble the cage. I don't just shit on things for no reason. It just looks bad, and then when you examine it, it is in fact bad.